Anthony Grasso here, bringing you financial news you can use. What we're going to discuss in this video is the government actually going to shut down tonight, and what's the state of the stimulus negotiations? So let's get right into it. As of 5 p.m. on December 18th, 2020, Mcconnell is looking right now to get a 2-day stopgap to keep the government open past midnight Friday tonight, according to a source that has seen the message sent to Senate offices. So right now, as of 5 p.m., McConnell is working to get 100 senators to sign off on the stopgap bill to extend it till Sunday night. The leader's office is now checking with senators to see if anyone will object to an effort to quickly pass it on the floor late Friday. So that's what we're looking at tonight. We're just hours away from a shutdown, and lawmakers are restless and increasingly vocal in expressing their complaints over the process. So it's been a wild day today. GOP Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri said on Friday that he would object to any efforts to pass a stopgap bill until he gets the details of what's in the bill. So he's a no vote on it. It's beginning to reach the point of absurdity. I'm not prepared to sign off until I know what's going on, Hawley said. Crazy. Frustration boiled over now from the Senate to the House floor Friday afternoon among members who are shut out of the talks and have no information about timing, what's in the deal, or when they may vote, or if they'll vote soon to keep the government open past midnight, according to members in both parties. One Democrat said, "What is the hell is going on?" Specifically said that on the floor, summing up all the frustration on the floor. A Republican House member added, "We're hearing nothing, and it's outrageous. This is outrageous." So a lot of craziness is going on. Senate GOP leaders have been openly talking about how it may be necessary to pass a stopgap bill to extend the shutdown past the deadline for a brief window of up to 48 hours, though Democratic leaders have so far been unwilling to embrace that call in an effort to pressure Republicans to finalize a relief deal, which it doesn't look like a relief deal is happening right now. But hey, we still have 7 hours. We still have 7 hours. The clock is ticking. To pull off passage of the short-term bill just hours before midnight, it would require bipartisan cooperation and all 100 senators to agree to schedule a vote. So we have 7 hours to get that done. Let's get it done. Even though top Republicans said that cooperation is lacking. But McConnell is at it right now. On the Senate floor Friday morning, McConnell, this morning, he said talks remain productive and that he believes a deal is very close at hand on the stimulus negotiations. So I don't think it's going to get done today. I think they're going to need the weekend to get it through. And then I think on Sunday, they might even pass another stopgap bill till the 23rd. But hey, that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens in the next 7 hours. But there may be more issues to sort out before the two sides can secure an economic rescue package in the final days of the 116th Congress and after months of bitter stalemate. It's a little bit of whack-a-mole, whack it here and something else pops up there, said Thune. So that's what Thune just said. And Thune also said there's a lack of interaction between the moving parts of all of this, and getting it all lined up at the same time is proven to be pretty hard. His quote exactly: "If a lapse in government funding occurs, it would begin over the weekend and could be so brief that it would have virtually no impact on government operations." So Thune's argument is that, oh, well, let's just let it expire. We're just going to pass something on Monday anyway, Sunday, Monday. Nothing's going to worry about the weekend. So he's like, hey, let's just let the government shut down. I disagree with that sentiment. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. There are still risks involved, though, especially if they're unable to resolve their impasse. That will cause a protracted shutdown in the middle of a once-in-a-century pandemic, raging economic crisis, and a high-stakes vaccine rollout. All that's going on right now, and they're going to let the government expire? These people are crazy. Now, even a brief shutdown would almost certainly exacerbate the partisan tensions that could make the efforts to finish the negotiations over the stimulus package even more complicated. Basically, what we don't want is a partisan blame game over a shutdown that would be damaging for both parties. And with little time left on before the Georgia State Senate runoff races that takes place in January, that return the control of the Senate. So we don't want blame games going on. We just want the deal done. The holdup in finalizing the deal comes as a result of a slate of issues that have yet to be resolved. Now, I went over that in the previous video last night, so click the link above to see all of those issues that are currently going back and forth right now. I'm not really going to get all into them on this video. This is just your basic update. The relief deal, which would have a price tag of close to, $900 billion, and I'll briefly go over again what's going to be in that. Vaccine distribution, schools, jobless benefits of $300 a week, $330 billion for small business loans, and a new round of stimulus checks that probably around $600. But if you want to see those, I have videos about that in the previous, so just go check out my other videos on what's going to be in that bill, possibly, because nothing's in legislative writing. The leadership is facing pressure from the right and the left to tweak the deal before it's unveiled. That's why I'm thinking it's not going to get done tonight. They have to tweak it. There's not even legislative text. So provide the text, give them 2 days. After you provide the text, to go redline it, go back and forth. Without the text, nothing's going to get done. 7 hours, there's no way that's going to get done. Howley went to the Senate floor on Friday and asked for unanimous consent to pass a bill providing direct payments of $1,200 for individuals and $2,400 for couples, but the push was blocked by the GOP Senator Ron Johnson, who objected, citing concerns over cost and the debt. The Missouri senator signaled that the effort isn't over, however, saying it's not the end of this fight, and noting that Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders, who has also been a proponent of making a push for larger checks than what is currently expected to be included in the deal, will be back in a matter of hours to ask for the same measure again. So he's going back on the floor to ask it again. It's going to get blocked. It's just craziness. Democrats contend that an agreement was in sight until Republicans pushed for a provision from Senator Pat Tomley to rein in the Federal Reserve's emergency lending authority, according to the senior Democratic aide. And I spoke about that before in the previous video. Democrats argued that it's intended to constrain the Biden administration's efforts to respond to the crisis. Yeah, I'm not going to really get into that. Check out the previous video. Tomley denies that he's trying to constrain the Biden administration and argues these programs were meant to wind down at year's end anyways. Other outstanding issues include whether there should be restrictions on who would be eligible for the one-time checks and how long to extend the eviction moratorium, and some Democrats argue that providing rental assistance could be sufficient. Democrats also disagree. The leadership has also continued to negotiate how the FEMA money for states and cities would be will be structured, according to sources. Some Democrats are pushing, but the Republicans are resisting. Republicans are saying that there's going to be probably money in for the actual governments instead of just a $1 billion. So they have to look at the language on what's in the FEMA package, because they don't want money bailing out governments from the Republican side. For now, lawmakers are bracing for the possibility that a lapse in government funding may trigger at midnight shutdown. We have 7 hours. Mcconnell, get your job done. Now, there might be a partial lapse. Now, if it doesn't pass by midnight, there would be a partial lapse. It's clear that we're here for the weekend, Senator Chris Coons said, a Democrat from Delaware, said on Thursday. It seems to me that the issues that remain unresolved are bridgeable. Well, that remains to be seen at this moment, because they've had 7 months. I don't know what's going on right now. But the question is, how long does that take? All right, so the state of the stimulus negotiations. In summary, all right, so McConnell has the next 7 hours to get the stopgap bill and 100 senators to sign off on it and get the funding stopgap bill moved over to the weekend, 48 hours, let's say Sunday night. I don't think there's going to be any deal on negotiations on stimulus, but if that changes, I will bring that to you live. So thanks for coming on board. If you like this video, smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to hear more about stimulus updates and financial news that will benefit you. Bobblehead right in the middle. Thank you. Ciao.